Thank you to the witnesses. Ms. Blyden, I think I'm going to focus on you because I'm an Armed Services Committee member, and these are questions that might be more appropriate there, but I'm curious. The French have been doing counterterrorism operations in Mali since 2013. They have about 2,000 troops there. They've announced this year that they're going to withdraw those troops because of conflicts between their operations there and the government of Mali. They're likely to redeploy some of those troops to Niger, where we have about 800 troops. How is the withdrawal of French and EU forces from Mali likely to affect U.S. military operations in the region?
The shift in the French the location and the repositioning is seen both as a challenge, but I think it's also a positive. I think, as we've talked about, we see the spread moving towards the coastal West Africa countries, and we're seeing an opportunity with the French repositioning to really rethink where it is that we might need bolstering of African partners to be able to continue to counter the violent extremist threats. And so the French are thinking through that with us. They're working with us and the positioning of where we have our troops to make sure that there's enough coverage between the African partners, the French operations that they're doing, as well as looking at where the peacekeeping mission is in Mali and where African partners have provided their own initiatives to be able to, as I said, ensure we have coverage across the Sahel to try and prevent and counter what we see as a spread towards the littorals. I think our operations and the support that we provide will continue in a way, but it will be spread more widely, I think, across the number of partners who will be doing the work that they do. I don't want to take too long with this answer, but I do think it's important to note that there are other partners besides the French who we've been working with as well in this region, Task Force Takuba, which has had some European allies as well, and they are also thinking about how we can ensure that we have enough coverage to continue to prevent this spread.
The second of the three goals you mentioned in terms of the national defense strategy was shoring up partners, and you testified that Niger is sort of the most solid partner in the region. So if we take the U.S. forces, about 800, which is, I think, second highest, only following Djibouti, we take those 800 forces, and if some of the French forces come there too, that can serve both goals 1 and 2 of the three goals that you mentioned. I am interested in the following up on the deadly ambush that happened in Niger in 2017. 4 U.S. Army Green Berets lost their lives. 4 troops from Niger were killed. It was an unusual mission. It was an advise and assist training mission. There was not an expectation that it would be kind of in a conflict zone. The conflict developed. The group that that killed our troops in Niger was not a group that the U.S. had designated as a terrorist group at that time. What has been the assessment or alteration or reassessment of the advise and assist missions in the Sahel following the death of these Green Berets?
Senator, I would have to come back to you on an answer on that. As you know, the Tonga Tonga incident has been researched and widely investigated to ensure that there has been accountability for the challenges that happened and occurred during that particular mission. But I would be remiss if I told you I knew exactly what the details of that were. So I would like to take that question for the record if I can.
We'll submit it in writing, and in particular, I'm aware of some of the analysis of what happened, but I'm particularly interested in whether the DoD has done adjustments or alterations to the advise and assist missions in the region as a result of those lessons learned. So we'll do a written question for the record that's specifically on that point. And with that, Mr. Chair, I yield back.